Do you know that for 1947, inside the heart of Enugu, Nigeria, ordinary coal miners stand gidigba for justice, but na dagger dem take welcome them with. And as the world always does, the world moved on. But the memory of Enugu Coal Miners Massacre, dem bury am under 6 feet. Until now. This one no be just another story wey dem don forget. Na tragedy wey show the gbese of colonial rule, the correct liver of Naija workers, and the seed wey grow into independence. And na the shocking part be this. Wetin sup that day? Dem no even teach us complete for school. Na history wey dem wan sweep under carpet. No waka comot o. Stick with me. By the end of this video, you go sabi why Enugu Coal Miners Massacre still dey hot like today bread. Dem no go tell you tori of nationalist leaders, how dem dey negotiate politics, protest wey full streets, and campaign wey bin dey shake town. But wetin dem no dey tell una na how the blood of ordinary miners stain that freedom road. Workers been unalive for us to see independence. To understand this massacre wella, we gats travel back to 1947, the time when Naija still dey under British colonial control. The country's resources, the land, crops, and minerals, dem no see am as Naija own, but as assets for Britain's empire. For Enugu town, under the rocky ground, there was a black gold wey Britain dey craze for, which was coal. Na coal dey fuel train wey join Naija regions. Na im dey power industry. And for World War II, e be like battery wey dey charge Britain empire. For Britain, na wolf money. But for Nigerian men wey dig am from ground, life was a pure hellfire. Enugu miners dey hustle for long hours, back-breaking work in dangerous tunnels. No helmet, no glove, na raw body versus death. Accidents were frequent. Tunnel go collapse, rock go fall, deadly gas go dey choke the mining guys. Many of them no dey comot alive. Yet their wages were pitiful, so small that families lived in poverty. Pikin dey hungry, while coal wey papa dey dig dey fatten the colonial pockets. Just reason am. Every morning you wake up, dive underground, risk your life for someone else's empire. You go still reach house broke. You cannot feed your children. That was the daily reality for Enugu that year. But something was changing. Workers across Nigeria were beginning to realize that unity was their only weapon. For 1945, Naija don go general strike, big protest for better pay, wey Labour leader Michael Imodu spearhead. The thing shake colonial authorities. Even though the strike no win anything, it planted the seed of resistance. By 1947, the coal miners for Enugu don tire. Dem vex say dem dey treat them like tissue paper, use and dump. Dem begin organizing through their union. They demand better pay, safe work, and small respect. Their strike in late 1947 was not just about money. It was about humanity. Na respect our lives or leave us alone. By December, strike don spread across Enugu coal mines, River Valley, Obueti, and Udi. Thousands of miners stand like stubborn Iroko, no gree back down. For the colonial authorities, this was more than a labor protest. This was a direct challenge to British control. Miners say make them increase their daily pay from 1 shilling to at least 2 shilling and 6 pence. To the British, such a demand seemed outrageous. To the miners, it was survival. Then came December 18, 1947. The day wey turn dream into full-blown nightmare. That morning, miners gathered for River Valley mine camp. They were unarmed. Many of them dey sing union songs. They chant for justice, standing shoulder to shoulder. Their wives and children sit down nearby. They look with hope, say change go come. But then, armed forces from the British-controlled West African Frontier Force marched into the camp. Dem dey under colonial officers' order, wey see strike as rebellion, like say miners dey plan coup. Their mission was clear: crush it. Wetin burst after na one of the darkest chapters for Nigeria history. Within minutes, the sound of chant and songs was drowned out by gunfire. The soldiers opened fire directly into the crowd of miners. Men collapsed into the coal dust. Union leaders were shot where they stood. Panic scattered ground. Some try run, but bullets pursued them like debtor. At least 21 miners kpai instantly. But gist dey say number pass the reported one. Over 50 were wounded. Imagine the terror. Fathers falling as their children screamed. Wives clutching their husbands as they bled. A place of work turned into a graveyard in seconds. The massacre shake Nigeria, but instead make workers fear. It just add petrol to resistance fire. For many Nigerians, the Enugu massacre showed the true face of colonialism. Violent, ruthless, and unjust. Newspapers like West Africa Pilot, run by Nnamdi Azikiwe, carried the story and condemned the bloodshed. People who had once believed that Britain could reform its rule now saw that freedom could never simply be given. Na fight you guys fight am. And gist wey still pain be say, after the massacre, the colonial government no punish the soldiers wey pull that trigger. Instead, na union leaders dem arrest, accuse them say na dem cause violence. The very men who had tried to lead their people peacefully were thrown into jail. The victims became the criminals. Their families received nothing, no compensation, no apology, only silence. This tragedy turned rally for Nigerian nationalists. E radicalized plenty people. Dem see say colonialism no go just pack comot gently. Leaders like Azikiwe and Awolowo pointed to the Enugu massacre as proof that Britain would cling to power at all costs. Even though independence land for 1960, na Enugu miners' blood marked the road red. But today, their names still dey hide for the shadow of history. Politicians are remembered, leaders are celebrated, but the ordinary workers wey kpai for this matter, school no dey mention them. Reason am well. These were fathers, brothers, and breadwinners. Dem no carry weapons. Na just fair pay and safe work dem bin dey find. How many times in history have ordinary people paid the ultimate price for dignity? Why we dey always remember only leaders but forget the workers wey sacrifice their lives? This massacre still connect to modern Nigeria. Even today, workers for different places still dey fight for fair pay and safe work. Protests are often met with violence. Just reason enters protests. Nigerian youths bin dey demand for dignity and justice, but na bullets dem face instead of answer. The parallels are chilling. It reminds us that if we forget these stories, history repeats itself. The Enugu Coal Miners Massacre of 1947 is more than a footnote. Na lesson wey dem use blood write. Freedom was never free. It did not only come from negotiations in parliament or speeches at rallies. It also came from the Nigerians who sacrificed themselves every day. Men who dug coal in the dark. Men who stood up and said, "Enough!" And men who never made it back home. Their grave fit no get name. Their story fit no dey record. But their courage lives on. So the next time you hear about Nigeria's independence, no remember only politicians. Remember Enugu miners too. They are part of that story. Their struggle is a reminder that justice is not given. Na fight you guys fight am. And their memory dey warn us. If we know they keep these stories alive, people for power go dey always try bury am. Now make I get from you, my viewer. You feel say Enugu Coal Miners Massacre of 1947 suppose dey every Naija school curriculum? Abeg drop your thoughts for comment section. If this gist touch you, smash that like button, share and give person wey need to hear, and subscribe to Archive Gists for more untold African stories and global gists. No stop here oh. If you feel say this one shock you, wait till you hear about the mystery of the Ethiopian Ark of Covenant. Click the video wey show for your screen now. I go meet you for there.